Alrighty then. Hey there. So this is my video response to, well, Pride and Prejudice, written by Jane Austen. Where to start here first, Mrs. Showitzer? I'll just let you know here and now, straight to the point, I do not like this book. I do not like it at all. It's gonna be hard to explain. And I know that this book was made around the early 1800s and all that, and I should just cut it a break. It's a masterpiece. It's a classic. But I'm not gonna go with that. No. If it was a classic, then it would be understandable throughout the rest of time. But I really can't feel it. Like, I don't get the funny. I don't see it funny. Really, I don't. I mean, sure, some of the punchlines are a little bit funny, and all the situations that, say, for example, Mr. Bennet, I think? Mr. Bennet, that he always goes through, and, Bingley, too. Like, all the characters always have a very difficult time living life, and even though that they're the richest and the highest, they have no idea what the poor people would be going through, so that's a little bit funny. But besides that, there's a lot of bad stuff to this. Also, by the way, I'm doing this for Journal 1 and Journal 2. So, yeah, this counts as both. Okay. So, as far as I know about journals, I'm supposed to talk about what I feel. And I'm going to tell you here now, I already said before that I hate this book, and I'm going to give good reasons why. First off, it has to be the pacing. The book takes too long. Like, after the first couple of chapters and all that, it just went on and on and on about description. And I know that description is very important when it comes to literature and comics themselves, too. Believe me, if you don't know what it looks like, you gotta tell the audience what it's supposed to look like. But I can't do that if the description gets too long and boring. I mean, it's not entertaining to me. I think it might be because of me. I think it might be because I probably don't understand the book itself, or maybe something like that. But maybe I'm learning. Maybe I'll change over time about that. Another thing that I really don't like about the book is, it has to be, the characters. The characters themselves I do not like. I mean, some of them I actually kind of do like, such as Jane and Elizabeth. Those are pretty cool. Those characters are really nice. Mr. Bingley and Mr. Bennet I kind of like. But it's all the rest of the characters I don't like. They just seem so fake. I mean, I know this is a comedy. I know this is about, it's supposed to be funny and all that. I'm pretty darn sure people would be laughing their heads off back in 1809 or whatever year Jane Austen was born, but it's just not funny. The characters aren't that funny to me. I mean, they're either really good characters or they're just plain out horrible. I really just don't like the characters. And I just don't know what else to say about that. Like, I mean, I want to like them. Believe me, I want to read this book so badly. I actually want to, know what I'm doing. I want to know, just what makes it funny. I want to laugh. I want to have fun reading this book, believe me. Sadly, it's not working that way. Well, I basically ran out of things that I don't like about the book, but just to finish off a little bit, for one more minute, is the little nitpicks and all that. The things that kind of get on my nerves, but really aren't too important. Such as, well, the setting. Now, I understand, it's a parody about the rich people and all that, but if you read the book already, which I'm pretty darn sure you have, you've noticed that there's barely any poor people. It's either very high rich or very high middle class. Besides that, there's no poor people, there's no farmers, there's no coal miners, there's nothing. It's just all rich people, and that doesn't seem realistic. If you're going to live in town, you're going to see a lot of kinds of people. You're not just going to see rich and middle class. You're going to see some poor. You're going to see some broke. You're going to see some people who are even sickly, all on the street, homeless. Like, Jane Austen, what are you thinking? It doesn't seem realistic. if you want me to believe that these characters are real and that they're going through this and makes it funny, then I'll laugh. But I'm not gonna laugh if I know that these are very fake characters. It's just the way I see comedy. Comedy should not be done in order to fool people. It shouldn't be done in order to actually, do a little sly joke. Comedy nowadays and back then should be clever, not sly. And I'll tell the difference. Sly is when you're wanting to actually do something in order to get a reaction. Clever is when you're thinking about something before you do it. And that's not what I see with Jane Austen's writing. I just don't. So, yeah, that's what I gotta say about Jane Austen's book. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in it, but I barely want to talk about it. So with that said, I say, yeah, this is my journal. Hope you like it.